Hey, I'm Grumps. I'm not so Grump, and we're the game Grumps.
I had a weird dream that I was in a really nice mansion house. That's it, really.
Awesome.
Well, there was like a hole in the floor, and like the Markiplier was underneath it, and he was like, "Hey,
Wait,
how do I get out of here?"
He's just under the floor?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you help him?
No.
I don't know, bro. Good luck with that, though. I got shit to do.
Well, it's
just like walk right over him.
It's just one of those, because I was having like a fever dream, because fuck, man, I was sick. I was having sick dreams, you know?
Right.
When you fucking, when your waking life and your dream life combine.
Oh, I hate that.
Because you're so uncomfortable in reality that you become uncomfortable in your dream world.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just kind of like writhing and like you're getting weird text messages that you can't read, and you like try to reply to them, but like they never work, and then you just have to like erase everything that you said.
None of
and
this
you
has
type
happened
an
to
A
me.
and like an S comes out, and you're like, son of a bitch. And you just can't do it.
None of this has happened to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I have dreams like that all the time.
It's very interesting. Do you have an ASDF keyboard in your dreams?
Yeah,
Wow.
of course.
Whatever, BlackBerry nerd.
Hey, you know what?
Huh.
Speaking of dreams, I had a really nice dream last night.
What was your dream?
I had a dream that, like, I found a phone, like an old rotary phone. Are you playing with your feet right now?
No.
I'm about to tell a semi-sad story.
I'm playing with a foot.
I dreamt I found, like, this rotary phone, and you could listen to, like, old conversations on it.
Uh-huh.
And I, like, heard, like, a conversation I had, like, with my granddad when I was, like, a teenager.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh, it's so cool to hear his voice again.
That's
like,
heavy.
Yeah, it was super wild. But, like, I woke up and I was like, yay, that was nice. Because I never have nice dreams. I have,
Really?
like, yeah, I usually have no dreams. And, and then, like, I'll occasionally, if I'm stressed, I'll have, like, something where I'm being chased, you know?
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I always have these dreams where like I go back to school and I'm like doing it and I'm really stressed out, and then like at the end of every single one of those dreams I'm like, I don't need to go to fucking school, I have a job. And I just leave.
Those are the weird. Do you ever have those dreams where like a loved one dies and like you're super sad, and then like years pass in the dream and you go through the entire mourning process, and then like you eventually get over it, like as the years move on, and then you wake up and you're like, oh my god, my dad's alive! Has that never happened to you? It's the weirdest shit. You go through this whole emotional fucking thing. No? Maybe I should have just kept this talking about school.
Next time I game.
Alright, jeez, man. Just waiting for that big, like, oh my god, I totally did that.
No, that's not.
Never?
I've had dreams about like a zombie apocalypse, and then I'm like terrified to like leave the house or whatever.
Right.
And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's all okay.
Yeah, like, wow, none of that happened.
Yeah, like an
Like
overwhelming.
zero of it.
Because it's like, it's so real in your dream, and you're like, what am I gonna do? Like, my life has changed completely. This is fucked up. And then you wake up and you're like, oh man,
Yeah,
coffee.
I have to pee.
next time I game Grumps.
Okay, later.
Sonic Boom.
Oh,
Okay.
Buddy Bot. Did he just suicide himself?
Yeah, I mean,
Aw,
that's his job.
Buddy Bot.
He gets paid in virgins in the afterlife.
Let me tell you about a nightmare I had recently.
Oh god. I'd hate that.
I was going on a road trip that lasted like hours, and I was just with some random girl I didn't know, and I was with like a group of people and I didn't really know them. But the girl was significant because she was going on this road trip to get like a body tattoo from somebody. And then we went, this is hours and hours, it felt like, at least, that we were just like doing random shit on the road and just like stopping at McDonald's and shit. And then we got to the place to get the body tattoo, and she sat down and the guy was like, all right, take off your shirt. And so she took off her shirt and she was sitting in a chair, and then like a film, it was like trained on the tattoo artist's face, and it just like zoomed right in, like right in his face, and he just went, barnacles! and then it cut, and then it whip panned back to the girl sitting in the chair, and then it fucking like snap zoomed into her, and her chest.
Right.
She didn't have boobs, she just had barnacles all over. And then her like face stretched open, and she just went like, ah! And then like the whole world just immediately shifted into this like nightmare scape with this like giant fucking creepy ass like tree monster in the background.
Oh my
and
God.
And there was like this Chinese myth dragon who was like gray and white and had like black spots all over it, and a giant creepy ass mouth was just flying directly in my face. That's what my nightmares are like.
Wow, that sounds like a bad drug trip, where like things are good, like I've never done acid myself, but friends who have done acid say like, you know, like it's super cool, and I'm just like hanging out. I'm like, that's a weird pattern on the wall, and then it's 1,000 dead baby faces. You know, like what? That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, pass on that hallucinogen.
I woke up and I was like, oh man, I would love to make the Barnacles movie, where it's just like an hour and a half of just like a nice road trip where you get to know these people, and the world just completely turns into a crazy nightmare scape.
It's like a rom-com right up until that point.
This episode on Game Grumps, I'm going to tell you a little story about a dream I had about Gact. Gact, the number one on my list of dudes that I would let fuck me.
Wait, dude, you should give a little more information, because until I looked up who he was, I didn't really have a sense of what you were talking
He's
about.
a Japanese J-rock star. He's very handsome. Also very androgynous.
Right.
Anyway, he's got a beautiful voice, and he's very talented composer and instrumentalist.
Cool.
Anyway, I had a dream one night that Gact lived in a trailer in Japan. He invited me over to his house. We played Nintendo 64, and I ate some of his jelly beans. And that was the whole dream.
That's such a sweet, innocent dream.
Yeah.
It's like, aw.
I had the opportunity and I didn't take it. Instead, we just had a great time.
You didn't dream take it?
Yeah, I didn't go like, man, this is a dream.
Isn't that interesting? Like, I wish you could take control of your dreams in those moments, because like, I've never had a wet dream, and I feel incredibly cheated about it.
Yeah, same.
And
Probably because I jerk off too much.
yeah, probably. Thanks for that. And like, I just wish like, because I've had dreams about like beautiful women, and like, I think they were sexual or they were about to get sexual, but then like in my dream I never take like the right course of action. It's always like, I'm gonna build a kayak now. I'm like, no, god damn it. It's so weird.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that always happens with me too, though.
Have you ever half woken up in a dream like that, and you can kind of like control the dream, but it still feels like cheating? Like you're like, I'm making this happen instead of it actually like dream happening.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, it's a strange sensation, isn't
Well,
it?
you know what happens? My brain compensates for that, and then it's like, yeah, you're right, it is a cheat, and then like it's like half-assed.
Right? Yeah.
So like if I fuck you, fucking king. If I'm like, oh man, I can shoot fire out of my hands now, it'll just be like this piddly little.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, oh,
Yeah, fucking dreams.
it's lame. I mean, awesome. Dude, I will sleep until like fucking 6 p.m.
Yes.
if I'm having a good dream.
Yes, you will. I have heard from sources that I can't recall and are possibly not in any way credible, that the stuff you remember from dreams when you wake up are things that, even though it feels like you dreamt about it for hours, are things that you dreamt of in like something like the last 30 seconds before you woke up. Like everything else is like too lost within your brain.
Huh.
I can in no way back that up. I don't know if it's true, but it's interesting, and I wish I knew the answer.
I mean, yeah. Well, it's hard to say like how much time passes in a dream,
Oh yeah, it
know?
can be years.
because like I'll hit snooze and I'll have like this elaborate fucking dream about like this adventure that I just went on, and like people that I met, and like a house that I was trapped in for hours, and then my alarm will go off again and I'm like, oh shit, I just hit snooze and it's been 9 minutes.
I mean, my friends down in Austin, Texas, I was staying with them, and they did a drug I had never heard of called DMT. And I don't know if, again, this is a bunch of drug users telling me what this is, so who knows the validity of it. But they were like, this is the chemical that is released in your brain when you dream. And also when you die. Like, Like that's the chemical that floods your brain. So they concentrated it and take it as drugs, of course. And so they took it, and I was like, pass. I don't feel like I'm old, but I'm too old to be doing new drugs, you know, like shit that I've never even heard of. Like that's not a good brain idea. So they go off into another room, and I'm just kind of hanging out. And they come back 15 minutes later. 15! Like, I could have just sat there and counted. They come back 15 minutes later, and like one of them is like, bro, I just lived in a forest with elves for years. Years! And he proceeds to sit down and like give me a detailed month-by-month account of like what happened for 15 years in Elfland. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And he's like, dude, like fucking, I know you thought, I know I was 22 when I went in that room, but like now I'm 37.
Yeah, have you really gained the wisdom of a 37-year-old?
Yeah, pretty sure you're just a 22-year-old who is still on the exact same drugs he took 15 minutes ago. But it was amazing.
That's awesome.
It was amazing to witness. So, I guess my only reason for bringing that up is like, whatever, if that is in fact the chemical that's released in your brain when you dream, it's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And it's some really, really trippy, balls out madness.
I have crazy fears, dreams of, I often have dreams of like driving on bridges and then like driving off the bridge.
Oh,
And then I'm just like, well,
I've had dreams like that, and you're
Yeah.
like, shit, I'm dying, and then you wake up and you're like, whoa, weird.
I wake up, well, usually I just wake up and fart and then I'm like, alright.
But it's like the craziest fear fart of your life.
No, when I wake up, I'm like immediately out of it. I'm just like, huh, alright. I don't do that like cold sweat thing.
Really?
No.
Huh.
I don't know, I dream a lot. Like every night I dream. And it actually baffles me whenever somebody's like, I don't dream. And I'm like, what, really?
That's pretty wonderful. It's very hit or miss for me. Like,
What, dreaming?
yeah, I don't always have them, but when I do, they're crazy vivid now.
Sweet. That's awesome. Is that how it's always been?
No, I think I mentioned this before, like, when I was smoking weed, my dreams stopped entirely.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did
Yeah.
say that.
I had crazy daydreams, but, yeah, just whatever. Brain chemistry is mysterious.
Huh.
Mysterious.
Super mysterious.
Super-
Yeah, give me those fucking one-ups and shit.
This place.
What the hell?
Never
looks
mind.
familiar.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la,
Oh, yeah,
ti,
that-
do.
Gotcha.
After all.
It's not a dream after all. Maybe it is.
Yeah, I'm just in Hershey's Chocolate Park in Pennsylvania. Nope, everything's on fire.
How many times have you been in a dream and you're like, this isn't a dream, and then you wake up and it's like, oh, it was.
Oh yeah, it
a
absolutely was a dream.
Oh God! Oh!
Okay, okay.
He's just all alarmed for no reason.
What? What? Who?
Get him to moonwalk a little bit if you kind of.
Yeah. That's like when you wake up in a panic from like a dream, and like because the dream was too like real and close to reality. You just wake up and you're like, I didn't pay rent! And you're like, oh yeah, it did like fucking 4 weeks ago.
Oh God! Yeah, that used to happen to me all the time. The worst is when like, ooh, I want to get that thing, but I'll probably spend the money first. The worst is when I have like a really weird dream, like in my own house, and then there's like a zombie apocalypse. And I'm like, ah! And then I wake up and I'm like, ah! Oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is the weirdest.
Alright, over to here.
Dreams are very strange. Do you ever believe that like dreams tell you things about your personality or like what's going on in your life or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, tell me if you agree here. You might have nightmares like this, because, you know, like, I have nightmares sometimes where, like, I'll release a JonTron or go on stage. I had a dream recently. Did I talk about it on Game Grumps?
No.
I had a dream recently where I was on stage at the presidential election and I was running
Oh,
against
yeah,
Mitt
yeah, you
Romney.
told me about
No,
this.
but I didn't tell
Not
them,
on
did
Game
I?
Grumps, yeah.
I was running against Mitt Romney. Like, I was Obama, but I was still myself. Like, you know, Obama wasn't in the race for some reason. And then I was, like, standing there and I realized, like, the election was, like, happening. And I was like, oh, Oh shit, dude. I didn't prepare my inauguration speech. So like in the dream, I was actually sitting there like trying to make it up. I was like, all right, you just go up there and you go, thank you, America. I'm glad you elected me as your president. I'll put soda in the water fountains. Anyways, no, okay. Look at this guy go! I dream of Genie. I dream of my friends touching wieners in a bathtub named Salamander Friend.
You know, I analyze dreams for a living, and you know what that means?
What?
It means you like me.
just someone's like, I have this dream where me and my friends go to this camp together and we have a good time. What does it mean? It means you like your friends.
And there's a lot of dream stuff that really means that. That's like really literal. You know, it's like if you have a dream about like hanging out with friends, it's like, I don't know, it's weird because I haven't hung out with friends in a long time, and I just had a dream about hanging out with friends. It's like, yeah, because you liked it. You want it again. So your brain is like, I'm gonna recreate it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Whoa.
Whoa, yep, fucking A.
This reminds me of old dreams I used to have.
Does it really?
Yeah. I used to dream, like, geometry.
Whoa, that's crazy.
When I was really young, all I would see was, like, shapes and textures.
I had... You wanna know what's weird? When I started smoking pot, like, I stopped having dreams.
What?
So for the 10 years I smoked weed, I didn't have any dreams. And now that I've stopped, I have crazy vivid dreams.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's like, my brain's just like, your brain's gonna go weird places no matter what. It's just, you're deciding based on chemicals when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, okay.
Because my daydreams were always weird, obviously.
Yeah, sure. Fuck, man, that's crazy.
How many times have I just said something to you randomly and you're like, where the fuck, what? Where did that come from? And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know, never.
Oh. Next time on Game Grumps.
I feel like I do that to you all the time.
Yes, that happens too.
Like, more often than not. I say some shit to you and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then you smile.
Oh, but that's just because I'm not listening.
Oh, okay.
Smiling is also what I do when I'm not listening.
But you smile all the time, Dan.
Yeah. What? I also nod. Later. Wahoo! Wow, fucking who, baby?